Hello. Last video we left off, I was a sophomore in college. It was 2010. Now I'm a junior. It's 2011. Those years I wasn't able to take out a loan because I didn't have good enough credit, and my parents couldn't get a loan out for me either. So I was stuck either not going back to college or trying to get the money together to go back to college. I do owe a lot to my parents because they were able to help me pay for the last 2 years of college where I didn't have to take a loan out. And at the time it felt really drastic. It was scary because I thought that I might not go to college, I might not finish my degree. Now looking back on it, I'm very thankful that we did go through that struggle and that questionable moment, because by the time I got out, I still had a heck of a lot of loans, and that was only 2 years of college. There wasn't enough information or guidance in the schools readily available about loans. I remember going to the finance offices and it was just as easy as just take out a loan. You'll be able to pay for it when you graduate. It was just that simple kind of statement. You'll pay for it when you graduate. And nobody thought of the aftermath of it until people started graduating a few years prior to me, and they started realizing like that's not how simple it is. And I'm not looking back on it. I'm not looking back on it in ways of regret or how it could have been different or why I didn't do this or why I didn't do that. I don't even think about that. It's like I've gone over in my head sometimes about the wasted years of not paying my loans the best I could have, but now I'm here in this spot and I'm seeing the move so quickly. In a matter of 6 months, I have paid off $10,000, and that to me has way more power than any kind of regret or the years of not paying that I've done before. In 2011, the end of my junior year, the realization that I did have these loans and that I would have to pay for them was starting to hit. So I was forced to get a job. Of course, with all my anxiety, I was avoiding a job this whole time. I was thinking, I was daydreaming pretty much that I would get some random good paying job of my degree, some communication job that I'd be able to, easily pay for my debt. But because of the way I was, that wasn't the path I was going on. The end of my junior year, I got a job at Starbucks. From that time to 2012, I just saved money. I wasn't big on shopping anyway, so I saved probably about $5,000 in that time. After I graduated in 2012, I still didn't look at my loans because it was another 6 months until I was really required to look at them. I think that December was when I first started having to pay them. And because of my anxiety, I didn't even want to look at them. My mother actually, she would go on the account and would make the payments for me. I knew nothing about them. I didn't even know what was in my bank account. That's how bad it was. I was really bad avoidance issues. I know looking back on it now, it was because I didn't want to change. I was too scared to change. So I did that, working at Starbucks, having just, I think, maybe $2,000 in my account at all times while making minimum payments on my loans that I had no clue what the minimum payments were. I did that for about 4 years, maybe 3.5, 4 years, to 2016. So all the while, Jeffrey was kind of questioning about what was really going on with my debt, because he knew I had it and I had brought it up from time to time. That I seemed to always just have this weird bank of money that I never did anything with. And it was until August of 2016 where I finally I went up to my mom and I said, give me the details on my loan. She gave me the account number and she showed me the website and how she pays it. When I finally got to look at the account and see what I had paid off, because of the interest that I had, my interest was pretty high, and I had so many different loans that I really only paid $6,000 off, $7,000 at the most, in that span of 4 years, because I wasn't making a lot of money, because I was just making minimum payments. Sometimes I couldn't even afford minimum payments. I started researching. I wanted to figure out how to get rid of these loans in the fastest way possible. I read about a lot of methods online, and the best one that I found for myself was the snowball method, because I did have a lot of separate loans. The first thing I did when I took over my payments was I emptied my bank account. Paying off the loan with the highest amount of interest and just whittling that away with a hatchet. And one by one, I just saw them disappearing, and I started paying the other ones. I went from 8 loans to now almost 3, from August to June. So that is my loan story from the beginning to now. Next video, I really want to get into what not to do, what I found out from all the research I've done on how to pay your loans, and biggest mistakes people have made, and things that have worked for them, and what has personally worked for me. Yeah, I guess that pretty much sums it up. I hope that answered some of you guys' questions. Remember to like this video, leave a comment, rate, subscribe. Don't forget to check out our podcast, Take Yourself Seriously. All the links will be in the description below. Thank you.